Yes, we are live. Can you hear me? Please tell me that my screen is visible. Okay. So let us start. So what we are going to learn in today's lecture is props in React. Alright. Before that, I just want to ask a simple question to you. Do you know what is attribute in HTML? What are attributes in HTML? Simply, if I tell that I have a image tag, right? And inside this image tag, we have an attribute with the name src and this one. So this is what the attribute of your tag, right? This is what attribute, right? So similarly, as in the previous lecture, I told you that what we are trying to do in the React is we are creating our component and giving them some behavior so that we can use them as a tag inside another component and we can reuse them, right? So in the previous lecture, we simply create the component. Now what if I want to pass some information in to that particular component, right? So in order to do that, similar to this image tag, we need to create some attribute, right? And in our component we will use that attribute, fine. So this thing is called nothing but the props. Okay, suppose I have a parent component and I have a child component. Okay, and I am calling this child component inside parent component. So prop is a method, you can say, or prop is a way like how you can pass data from parent to child component. Alright. So this is what the concept of prop is you can pass the data from parent to the child. This is what is the meaning of props. Okay. So let us open our project that we created. Let me know if you have any issues in the previous lectures if you watch my videos. And if you have any error or any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. I'll open this. And these are some components that we created yesterday, right? And over here, we have all the things which was come by our create react app package. Over here, let me run it first so that first time it will take time. So we will continue our work and it will start executing. So just go to the terminal and write the command npm start. Okay, that will do what? That will start your this particular React app. Always remember, whenever you are writing the npm start, you should be inside the location where your package.json is. Okay, over here you can see my package.json is directly inside tutorial app, right? So that's why I am going to write npm start over here only. Done. So this will work. Meanwhile, let us do one thing. I already created a folder with the name component. Now inside the component, let us create a new and give it a name, say welcome. Always remember that the name of the component should start with the capital alphabet. Otherwise, it will give you some errors in some cases and you need to find out that where you did the mistakes and all. It's not like that it won't work, but you need to do some extra efforts for the same. So it is the better option to always start your file name, function name with the capital alphabet. Alright. So over here, let me write export default function. Alright. And inside this function, alright, so this is what our app is till now. Okay. Let us go to VS Code. Over here, inside this, you can see we should have a return, means whatever this particular function will return will be go as its HTML. So let me write return and I want to return some value. Sorry, not the brackets. I think I explained the JSX fragment in the previous lecture. If not, you can watch it again. So this is what the JS fragment which is given by JSX. One very small thing that I want to tell you right now is suppose I have something say where a is equal to hello. Okay, and if you want to show the value of this a over here, so how you can do that? Simply apply two curly brackets and give the name of the variable. So in place of a, what it will do now, it will show you the value of a. So our component is created. Now let us import it inside our app component. In order to make it simple, I am going to comment the previous component. Okay. And let us import that one. So what was the name of the component? Welcome. VS Code will do the things for me. It will import it automatically over here. If not, then you need to write it manually. Save it. Go to the browser window. Let us check once it will get compiled successfully. Then only the changes will get reflected on the web page. Oh, so it is saying objects are not valid as a React child, and always remember this is one of the most common error that will come in the case of React. Okay, so what it is saying, let us read it again. Object with keys a found. If you want to render this, go over here and let us see, change the value of a to something certain. Same. Now do one thing. Coming. Alright. So this is how you can show the value. And over here say hello. Save it. Go to the browser window. You can see there is a hello inside it. Okay. Or suppose I give the name code tutorial or easy code. Let us give code tutorial. Save it. This value will come. What I want is to show a message, something like inside the h1 I want to show the message, so h1 and over here we will write welcome and whatever is the value inside it, so welcome code tutorial, right? Now what I want is whenever this welcome tag will get called, the user will pass this value from the tag and then we will use that value over here. So what I want that suppose I want to use it multiple times, right? So let us go to the app.js. Over here, let me give one thing, say n is equal to some value, say John, right? Save it. Now, value is passed from here, but how we can take it in the welcome component? So for that reason, you need to pass something over here. In most of the cases, you will see there is something called props, right? So this is not compulsory to use the word props. You can use anything. Props is basically short for properties, and again, it is not fixed that you should use props only. You can use any other thing, just like the name of the variable. Okay, but ideally we prefer to use the props. So now what will happen? Whatever you will pass from here will come inside this prop. Okay. Now if you want to access this term n, you will write props.n. Okay. So over here, what I want that the value that will come inside a is now not the hard coded value, but take the value of props.n. Save it. So this is, you can see, welcome John, right? Similarly, we can pass other things also, and if you wanted to make it readable, simply give the name that you should remember over here. Whatever name you will give over here will come like that. So suppose I want to give the name first name and last name is equal to demo, whatever. Okay, save it. Now I want to access these things. So in order to access these things, what I want is suppose where fname is equal to props dot, what was the name over here? First name, right? So props dot first name and props dot last name. So this is going to be props dot first name. Second one, fl is equal to props dot last name. Okay. And over here, if you want to create a variable like var a is equal to fn plus, we are saying concatenate it with a space, plus fl. Save it. Now let us see undefined demo. Why? Let us go and check first name and last name. Saved John demo. I told you in the previous lecture also, React will reload the page, but it will not save the application every time for you. Okay. Like I saved this particular component, but I didn't save this one. So these two things are coming undefined. Okay. So always remember the same thing. Again, suppose I have some component, say header. Let me uncomment this header. So I am using the header component. What will happen? Like this. And again, after that, I want to use a new welcome component. So welcome. Now again, I can give some values for first name and last name, right? So let us give first name is equal to, as I can see, Ravindra, and last name is equal to Chak, right? Save it. Go to the page. Now you can see the same function get called, and now the message is welcome Ravindra Jadhav, right? So this is what the beauty of reactjs is, like I created the thing once and I can use it multiple times with different values, right? So this is what the props are. Over here, your app is what? App is the parent component and you are calling the child component welcome over here. Okay. So in this case, I am passing the values from the welcome to the, sorry, the values from the app to the welcome, that is from the parent to the child, and this concept is called props in React. Alright, please tell me this is clear or not so that we can proceed to the next example. Meanwhile, let me remove these things or let it be. Please type in the comment box. Great. So now let us see that if I want I have a component say with the name sum, okay, and in the sum component I am saying that user can pass 1, 2, 3 any number of values, or basically two values for that we are working, and whatever values you are passing, our component will show you the sum of these two values. Okay, so for that let us go to the components again, and over here, or let me use the details component. This is blank only, so this I will use, and I will write sum is, okay, and when I am calling the details component like this, okay, let us give two numbers. F number is equal to 10, and this is how you will give the numeric value, right? If it was a string, you can give it in the double quotes. If you want to give any value, put it in the curly brackets. So first number and second number is equal to 20. Alright, save it. For the second case, again I want to use the same things. But in this case, I will change the value of F name and L name to 13 and 120. Okay, and let's put a HR tag over here. Alright. Now I need to handle this F name and F number and S number inside my details component. So let us pass anything props. Over here, what I want to say variable sum is equal to props dot F number plus props dot L number. Not L number, I think it's S number. Okay, and let us see over here. I want to print the value of sum. In order to print the value, you are going to use the single curly brackets. You can see sum is 30, sum is 133, right? So this is what actually this HR is coming in between. So let me remove this HR because already we have the 50% width given to the div. So this is the thing. All right. And let us increase the font size also. So go to the details section, height, width, all the things are done. Let me add the one more property, font size to say 50 pixels. Save it. Okay. So this is how you can use the concept of props. Whenever you want to pass the values from parent to child component, at that time you will use props. Okay. Now I hope this is clear. Even in the case if you pass these values as a string, so you need to use your basic parse int inside this one in order to convert them to integer. Alright. So I want you to practice the concept of prop. It is looking easy, but it is one of the most important concept that you are going to use in React. Alright. So for that I am giving some task. So let us save it. Anything. Save. And open a new, and over here let me give you the task. So very first task is create a component which will take name as prop and show good morning message to that name. This is the first thing. In the second case, you are going to do the same thing, but this time you will take first name and last name as props and then use them, and you should give some space between the first name and the last name. Third one is create a component which will take two integers as in props and create and show their sum, difference and multiplication inside component. Okay, so I hope you will practice this. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box, and if you need code, then please also message in the comment box. I will share it with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, then please like it,